we are going to decorate a snowy winter lantern for the front porch. So if you're interested in how that's going to come out, stay right there. Decorating a beautiful winter lantern is just what the doctor needed to get us out of those winter blues. And you'll see that we're working those blues because in our Decorate with Me, we are working the winter lantern, we're doing the winter swag, and eventually we're going to decorate that front porch. And I hope you're going to be right here to do it with me. Now, in between holidays is always a good time to think about how you might transition into the next season. Now, it's not so much that we're really transitioning into a major season because it's been winter all through Christmas, but we are going to somewhat de-escalate Christmas and we're going to focus a little bit more on winter. Now, this lantern had been dressed out for the holiday, and this was the bow that it was wearing. It was very pretty, and it picked up the checks of the kitchen, picked up the red plaid for Christmas, and picked up like lots of little snowflakes. Right here was the white, and it had a candle inside so that it could burn and would be very visible. Now, I've taken this off because red plaid is not going to be the color that I'm going for winter. Now, I am looking at this point, I still had pieces of my white garland. And, I've been using that white garland everywhere. I used it on the trees. I used it on wreaths. I've used it, you name it, there's white garland. And so what I decided to do, I had some pine cones. So I've taken my pine cones, and in order to save you a little bit of time, I have worked these pine cones into a stray piece of white garland. Can you see that? That stray piece of white garland. I'm going to try to come forward just a little bit, bring it up a little closer so you can see it. Now, so what I'm going to do is that I want this to swag down. I want it to come down. Here's the opening here. And I'm going to let it swag. I'm going to bring it this way only because that's the way. And then I'm going to walk with it because I don't want it to let it go. I don't want to drop it. Now, what I am going to do is that for the moment, I want this side to swag in the opposite direction. So it's almost going to be in a U. I'm going to fold it that way. So we'll have dangling pine cones. We've got a little pip berry that's in there. And we've got, of course, the garland. Now, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add a bow. This is going to go outside. And I'm going to bring the other lanterns that were outside in. And I'm just trying to get this happy right here on this lantern for the moment. So maybe it might let me let go of it. Okay, so I have a bow that I've pre-made. I have a little bit of blue, I've got a little blue, I've got a little silver, because those are the colors I'm going with outside. I've got the white to pick up the snowiness of winter, but I've got lots of blue. Now what I'm going to do, I think, is to work this into this garland. Now I'm going to tie this onto this swag. So I'm going to take this swag off. I'm going to move it over, and hopefully you'll be able to see. I'm going to lay this on my workbench, and I'm going to take my two long pieces of blue, and I am going to find the best spot for them. Now at this point, I know where it's going to bend. So I want that to be a focal point. And I'm going to bring it to the back. Now I can fluff it in a little while. So I'm going to flip that over and I'm going to tie this together. Because, you know, next year I may want to use another color. And so I don't want to glue this onto it. I may even take the pine cones off, who knows? Every year there's something different. So I've got this tightly tied on to our garland. So there we've got our white with our silver snowflakes. I've got blue snowflakes. I've got a little bit of the white here, a little different texture that I'm going to work in. Where's the other one? There's another, oh, there he is. He's right there. I have to decide what I'm going to do with him, but we'll do that once we get it on. Now, let's get this tied onto our lantern. I'm going to pull this back, and I'm going to use these ties to put it on the lantern. Now, once I get it secured on the lantern, then I can move it. So, I'm holding on tight because I don't want to lose it. Now, I want it to look nice on the back, just like it looks on the front. So I'm going to put a pretty bow on the back. I'll turn it around so you can see it. And then we're going to see what else we can cook up for this lantern. I'm just kind of fluffing the bow as we go. And I'm sure the winter winds are going to blow, and we're going to have to deal with that. But I want to make sure that it's on securely first. So I've got the pieces on, got my blues, got my whites, these there. Through it, and there we go. I'm going to take this, and see, it's wired, so I can crunch that up like a wool scarf. That's what it kind of reminds me of, a scarf. And of course the pine cones bring out the winter. Now we have our pine cones. They're hanging right here, and there we go. Let me stand back and take a look. Oh, I think that makes a great swag. Let me turn it around so you can see it. Oh yeah, oh yeah. All right, now let's see what else we can add. Now I had another ornament that I thought might look kind of cute. If I put that there, and I think that would help to bring out more of the blues. Now, if you remember, I'll flash to the flag. You know, that's our inspiration.
Let me remind you, please, right now, go down to the like and click on like. And if you're not a subscriber to my channel, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell so you will know every time I upload a video. Remember, we do things here at Ebony, Ivy, and Thyme in the kitchen, for the kitchen, so don't forget to like the video and to subscribe. Thank you.
Flag that's up, and the swag that we have already put together has the white, the silver, the blue, and really the new elements are the pipberry and the pine cones. But this is going to be in a place where it's not quite as protected as the other elements. So I'm going to secure this right there. Oh. What I decided to do was to connect a silver and a blue. Now I put those two ornaments together, and I am going to zip tie them into our bow and see if I can get this secured tightly and tight enough that I can put the two right there. And I think I'll put the silver on top and the blue on the bottom. So let me work on that, and then I'll bring you right back. Well, as you can see, I've secured our two ornaments in, and they're going to stay there. But now I want just a little touch of something inside. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use my candle. I got this at Lowe's, and pretty reasonable, less than $20, but it is battery powered. And I'm going to take a little bit of garland. I'm going to work it around this candle, and I am going to ease this candle and the garland into this arrangement. It's going to be tight, but that's okay. I like tight, nice and snug. That way when the winter winds blow, our candle is going to be going. And I'm going to bring you down so you can see. Now here is our finished lantern. And I'm just playing around with the ribbons, making sure that they haven't gotten squashed in the process. My pipberry came from thepipberryfarm.com. Can you tell where the back is? That's where we tied it. And you know, I'm thinking I may put another ornament right there. Let me see if I have one left. Okay, so I decided on the back that I was going to add that extra ornament. I thought he needed a little something right there. And you know, I'm looking at this thinking, well, maybe he needs a little something else. I don't know what it would be. I had considered putting a little more blue ribbon, but I don't think that's going to work. But I do have some of this, and I think this might be the trick. We don't need a bow, we just need a little more of and I'm going to put this in right there. I think that's going to be perfect. Absolutely perfect. Let me get this worked in. So that gives us a little something else back here in the back to focus on. And this is going to be right there. So there we go. We've got our pipberries, we've got everything we need right there. And I think from the back, that's going to work. You know, it's always good to stand back and take a look. As you can see, I still have a lot of Christmas out. And there's our light beaming. See if I can get you in a good spot. And then I'm going to turn you around. So there it is from the front. Back you up just a bit. Oh, I am very happy with how this turned out. This is going to be so pretty on the porch. Hope I'm not making you dizzy. So this is our lantern that when we clean and decorate that front porch for winter, this lantern is going to be found on the front porch.
I hope you have had a wonderful time in the kitchen, and I hope that you will continue to be a part of the Ebony, Ivy, and Thyme family. I have certainly enjoyed your presence.